Around 1969, during the Civil War, my dad was a magistrate in Auchi in the old Bendel state. And my mom was pregnant. She gave birth to a kid, and his name was Jimmy. But unfortunately, he passed. When he passed, I think he had some facial marking. So my other brother was consoling my dad and my mom and said, "Don't worry, he's going to come back." So a couple of years later, we have a new brother, and supposedly he has the same marking as the kid that passed. So we called him Jimmy.
Jimmy was born July 22nd, 1971 in Sapele.
The time Jimmy was born, the gap between Jimmy and his older brother is about 9 years. His older brother, Azania, one day ran to tell my mother that, "Mommy, your toy is laughing like a person."
It was like a toy to me when he first came. So my parents were very wary. They were like, "Azania, be very careful with him. This is a human being, it's not a toy."
Jimmy was the baby of the house.
There was virtually nothing about my mother, my father, that Jimmy did not know. If my mother needed somebody to talk to, he would talk to Jimmy. My father needed to talk to somebody, he would talk to Jimmy. And Jimmy would go and tell the mother, "This is what daddy said." He would go and tell the father, "This is what mommy said."
A child who grew up in love didn't give anything less. He had so much love. Jimmy will share his stories with anyone. Jimmy will share whatever he had with anyone.
I knew from the word go that Jimmy had this sticker for excellence. If you want to buy something, Jimmy will tell you this is not good. How he knows that the thing is not good as a child, I don't know. But he has always been like that.
Jimmy can just wake up in the morning, look at you and say, "This thing is going to happen." And it will happen. He was that kind of child.
My dad always worked for the Nigerian government, providing legal aid to newly independent African countries. And this time the opportunity was in the Gambia. That's where Jimmy started his elementary school. He went to school with my other brother, Azania, and they went to a school called Methodist Prep.
He's always, anything I do, he's always following me, playing around, meeting my friends. But he was very shy. He's an academician. He was very studious, always having first grades.
The mother was a big time trader. And the only person that helped to count her money is Jimmy.
My mom believed in small businesses growing. And I took that from her, and that's my belief too in business.
He wasn't really the type who would say, "Oh, I must be a doctor to succeed. I must be a lawyer to succeed." My dad always believed that all he owed you as a parent was your education. And after that, strive to become a man of your own.
Jimmy schooled in Ogele. Jimmy schooled in Ekpoma. And growing up, he was a very disciplined boy.
From Benin, there was a new version of Jimmy. He had become a teenager. Then he went to the University of Ekpoma and hooked up with his boys Charlie and Choco, and they ran the campus and went wild.
Growing up while we were in uni, Jimmy was always, when we all living together, he would be the one that would take everybody's clothes. He wants to do the laundry. Literally, if you got any washing, just bring it, did it for fun.
He's a common human being, humble, down to earth.
He's always made a call of something entirely different from where the popular side would be. We had a restaurant, a royal restaurant, someplace we would eat back in uni. We were broke boys going in there, they didn't have money to eat. But he stepped up, went to the guy and said, "You know what, give everyone here food and put it on my tab." He could have gone, "I just want food for myself on me. I'm like, give everyone food and put it on my tab." We didn't have any money, but he had that foresight, ready to take on responsibility.
I always knew that if you want good things, you must try and make money to afford these good things. And you must also do it the legitimate way. So even in my university days, I was always looking for one or two businesses to do.
He has a drive of, "I want to have this much." Not because he wants it or to show off with it, because he wants to be able to cater for other people.
At that time, all his friends used to come from different universities, not just from Ekpoma. Some come from Warri, some come from Abraka. They used to meet and we're learning a lot from them. So it was at that point I started seeing like a role model.
All you have to do is look at Jimmy's friends and you can tell a lot about him. Most of his friends are from places he's lived. They're going to be all long friends from Ekpoma, from Port Harcourt, where he started off his numerous businesses and became very successful?
It all started in Port Harcourt when I did my youth service in Port Harcourt. And in those days, everything in Port Harcourt was oil and gas. But we were just doing the small part of it. I was selling diesel then. I started with selling drums of diesel far back in the days. And I had a car wash. I even had waste disposal management company. It was called OJ Services.
He grew up believing that, yes, we always watch his back. And that's exactly what we've done. But like I said, to God be the glory, it turned out even more than what we expected.
I met my wife through a friend. And his elder sister is also my friend. So they introduced me to my wife.
When I got involved with Jimmy 21 years ago, he was just some random young guy with a lot of dreams.
I'm sure God just said, let me give this woman to this guy to help him, because there was no way I'll be what I am today if not for my wife. My wife is everything to me.
When I would tell people, look, I'm going to marry this guy, my friend would be like, this guy is nothing. At the time, he was just a guy. He was driving a deadbeat, some people used to call it an ambulance, because I remember it was a white Mercedes long type of van kind of car. So my friends used to tease me, what are you doing with this a guy that's driving an ambulance?
It was one of the greatest honors to be his best man and one of his best friends.
My wife is a wonderful person. I know she'll be shocked hearing this, but my wife is the best thing that's happened to me. Like I always say, God gives us a lot of blessings. Life is one of them. I can say after life, the best blessing God has given to me is ID, my wife.
To say that Jimmy is resilient is an understatement.
He's gone through quite a lot. The good part about it is he makes it look like a walk in the park.
In African culture, having kids in a marriage is like a very important thing. It's almost, it can actually ruin a marriage. You can break a home when kids don't come as they're expected. So when we got married, we were in the waiting room for a long time, about 7 years.
I won't lie to you if I said I wasn't sad, especially for my wife, because I believe this woman, she's too nice. She's somebody that God should just bless her with a child.
And in all that time, I didn't see him being shaken. I didn't see him, we never had the argument, or I was never threatened. I didn't feel insecure. So he would tell me, look, I'm so sure if I've prayed about it, I'm so sure God is going to answer my prayers. So you just relax.
My friends too also made it very easy for me, because when I was with them, gathering my friends, no one ever made me feel bad. Especially, they don't even talk about their kids when they're around me. So they just made me feel that, look, everything is normal. It was my wife that was having that kind of problems when she was our friends, was talking about that. Women with this, their thing, but with my guys, nothing like that.
Then for me as a woman, I want to shy away or hide, not go out, to avoid people, looking at me and making those kind of awkward comments. But he would say, no, you need to dress up really well, and we're attending a lot of functions. So the way he handled that very huge challenge is one of the things that I still really admire about him. I find it, very inspirational that he didn't show the African tendency at all.
That the secret is just believing in yourself and believing in God, most especially. I knew that I was going to have a child, so the bottom line is not trying to say this is the reason. I just knew it was going to happen. You understand? I knew that God was going to bless me with children and I was going to have a child.
God bless us with our first. It was like a dream, but then the baby came and he was over the moon and a very proud and happy father.
Zain, Asha, they are very bold children like their dad.
My boys, they ape their dad. They try to model their dressing, the way they speak, even the way they walk, after their dad. It's a bit annoying if you ask me. I carried them. I'm the one looking after them every day, but for some reason, it's a boys' home.
My dad loves football.
My dad's very competitive. He doesn't like losing, especially football games, like he's a big Chelsea fan.
Dad buys us what we want and also teaches us how to dance.
He likes to play table tennis. So if he has played so at first if he wants to play somebody that doesn't know if they can play or not, You come and tell the person, I'm tired, let's just practice first. See if you're good or not. Then if he sees that you're not on his level, he'll now beat you.
When I look at my family today, I'm proud. I'm a proud father. I'm very happy, and I still give all the credit to my wife. My wife has done an amazing job. I'm hardly around. She's there to take care of the kids. You know, she even takes care of me.
The big contrast from Jimmy growing up to the Jimmy of today is a big 360.
One of the most outstanding things about Jimmy is his hard work. Jimmy is a workaholic. He works round the clock.
The other thing about him is that he's very detailed. When you go into the hall now, where he's doing the birthday party, you see that live trees are inside. They are so precious to him.
What makes Jimmy stand out is the burning sensation to care for other people.
I met my boss Jimmy when I was 29. I'm now over 40. Before I met my boss Jimmy, I was working in a car hire services. He taught me a lot of things concerning my life.
When I came, my job was to take care of the house, make sure everywhere is okay. But today, it's no more like that. I must commend him a lot, transforming me from houseboy to his personal aide.
I remember the first accident I had 2008. When I called him, I have an accident. He said, Gospel, are you safe? I said, yes, sir. He said, leave the vehicle there and come back to the house. And I said, no, sir, I can't leave the vehicle. He said, come back. Your life is important to me than that vehicle. I said, how come? The vehicle I bought almost 13 million, it touched me.
A lot of things that Jimmy has done for me, they are uncountable. Is it cars? Is it traveling, different things? I can't count them. Jimmy takes people's problem like his personal problem.
Jimmy can eat from his security man. He sees you, who is his cook, as his friend.
Our God doesn't value money. He doesn't value properties. He doesn't value anything that will make him not to respect people. See, my pastor can come here, see eating, even in Abuja house. When I say, hey, Ima, I beg, I want to eat bread. So we say, I forgot to buy bread yesterday. He said, ask the Mopo if they have bread. He will take bread from Mopo and eat. He doesn't say, this is Mopo. I'm not in the same class with Mopo. No. That's what makes him unique. I love him for that.
He believes in being fair to everyone. He believes in treating everyone equally. He doesn't like that disparity of wealthy, poor.
Our father stood for the truth. And Jimmy stands for the truth. So anytime I see that, I say he's the true son of his father. My father will never oppress anyone. He treated everyone equally.
Growing up, we have a cousin who was living with us, and she had a problem with Jimmy, and Jimmy called her a witch. My father was very, very angry and insisted that Jimmy would not sleep in the house, that he should stay out, they should lock him out. So my mother pleaded on his behalf. My father said, no, Jimmy should learn to treat people's children like his own brothers and sisters.
Was to let me know that irrespective of who people, even if they are your housemates or people who work for you as servants, you must treat them right and treat them equally.
And that defined Jimmy's life. That's why Jimmy sees everybody equal.
In this community, Jimmy is an household name because he has touched the lives of so many people within this environment and beyond.
Personally, I remember when I was sick, he took care of me. He did an operation for me, which I never expected.
What he does now, he's been doing it since when he never had fadding. He never had anything, he's been doing that.
In 2010, after we had our first child, although prior to then he used to, of course, be charitable now and then to people who had medical issues, but when we had our first child, he does develop some very keen empathy for people that had unresolved medical issues, bills or access to doctors.
Helping people is one of his biggest attributes. That's what makes Jimmy Jimmy. He's a man of the people, he helps people, regardless of race, regardless of age, regardless of color or tribe.
Having the privilege of, sitting beside him and riding this journey, seeing how he has grown and the grace of God upon his life from nothing, literally from nothing, to where he is now. Something that for me, it evokes genuine thanksgiving to God for, seeing him from Boba days to where he is now.
say how proud I am of Jimmy. His achievements exceeded all expectations, and he continues to exceed all those. I mean, as a person, financially, I mean, holistically.
I am more proud of him because he knows family. I'm very proud of him.
Looking at my journey, at 50, I'm grateful for life.